two sisters, and one is still alive. Obviously I have a mother. I have two nieces, one nephew, and God willing, if it's in the cards, hopefully I'll have a bunch of sons and at least two daughters. I would want sons and daughters. I wouldn't want just one daughter. I think it would be better to have two, and then 3 or 4 sons. I believe it's good to have a big family. I guess it's just culture that I was brought up in. I'll make sure I'll be there for them and educate them so they will not be feminists. Feminism teaches girls and women that they are powerless, that they can't do anything, that their only power is to complain and blame men. There's other strains of feminism that try to claim that women and men are the exact same. Exactly the same, except for some external biological things, but that doesn't affect anything else. Even saying that, women, their function is for reproduction, and a man's is to provide the woman for for the sperm, as well as defend her and provide for her when, she can't provide for herself during, when she's extremely pregnant, stuff like that. I hope my nieces, and if one day I'm blessed with daughters, they will grow up strong. I hope they find true love and get married. But either way, I hope they grow up strong. They'll grow up strong, intelligent, and that if there's adversity, that they will have the determination to overcome it. Not blame some white man. I talk shit about white people all the time. I'm half Irish, but then I got the Syrian and Latino blood in me. But, my dad, who's mestizo, he never pulls that race card shit. My cousins, who can barely speak English, they never pull that race card shit. It's not manly. It's not a manly thing to do. And as a woman, you can be female, but to be a woman or to be a lady, that has to be earned, right? You have to have respect and dignity. And it seems like modern feminism, the type that I learned about in my sociology classes, and sex, gender, and I forget what the other one was. I took 3 sociology classes, and they were all very pro-feminist, to the point where, I remember the teacher's name, her name was Mary Jean Cravens, said that holding a door for a woman is equal to rape, or is as violent of an act as rape. And I said, well, I hold the door for anybody. And they didn't believe that. I was, I don't like the term pro-choice or pro-life, but I was, I guess, pro-abortion, and I hadn't really thought about it. I figure, you get drilled into it's a woman's choice, this and that, but it does affect the girl. I remember I brought a friend, she was a friend of mine. she wanted somebody to go with her, and it was horrible for her. You know, I don't know which way is the proper way to hold this. It was horrible for her. There was a child inside of her, and ever since then, that changed my view on it. It's not a woman's issue. It's more than a woman's issue. It's a life, and that life is in a woman. That woman's a mother. Whether she's 15, whether she's 35. And yeah, there's natural abortions, we call them miscarriages, but that's still a death. It's still a part of somebody. But what does modern day feminism tell you? It says that, what does it say? Don't teach women to protect themselves. Teach men not to rape. As if every man on the planet doesn't know already not to rape, that rape is evil and wrong. And it takes a sick, evil human being to rape. Or as if only men can rape. Or only men can be child molesters. This is bullshit. You know, I have limited, I can only teach my nieces so much, but God willing, if I have daughters, I'll teach them how to defend themselves, and I want them to be smart, strong, smarter than any guy. I want them to be smarter than me, stronger than me. If they choose to stay home and be a good mother and have kids while their husband works, good. If they choose to become some scientist that builds a new rocket that can get us not only to Mars, but to, Jupiter and Pluto and out to the Kuiper Belt, good, awesome. Feminism doesn't want that. Feminism tells women, you have to work. You can't be a stay-at-home mother. You have to work. There is no, and they say there is no such thing as maternal instinct. Which is bullshit. Feminism paints women as weak and whiny, and that men need to do everything for women. And it's all the man's fault. Because when I have daughters, even though I have the Irish blood in me, my sister married a guy who was Polish, and my nephew still turned out with dark skin. Most likely I'm not going to marry somebody very light, so my kids are going to have dark skin. Darker than me, but my nephew's darker than her. Sometimes that's how it works, South American blood. But, yeah, feminism is a bunch of shit. It teaches women just to be victims. It teaches them permanent victims, that they're a victim of the world. God willing, if I have daughters, I want them to be the victor. I want them to be, first of all, happy. Well, first of all, safe, happy, and successful. And I don't mean money. If they want to be successful monetarily, that's fine. But successful in whatever they want to do. If they want to be a good mother, I hope they have 7 kids. If they want to be, rocket scientist, brain surgeon, whatever. But women's studies classes and stuff like that, they can take it, and they can take a couple classes, and I'd call and laugh at it with them, have them see the bullshit up front. But I think it's horrible what feminism, or institutionalized feminism, the kind you see in the universities and the colleges, what it's doing to young women is horrible. And the lies that they get fed. It basically forces the idea into girls who have bright futures that they are weak, they are victims, and the only thing they can do is just cry for help to a man, you know. They can't defend themselves. It's only a man that only men control their destiny. No. 5 daughters, they control their destiny. Even if they have to forge it themselves. Even if they have to knock a few guys down on the way. So, there's my rant against feminism. And I wish the same for my nieces as well. Peace to you. May God save Serbia, Syria, and Ireland. And I want them to be proud of their culture. That's why, if I probably most likely will marry Latina. Not only will I have them raised in the Orthodox Church, but I want them raised in their own culture too, in the Catholic Church. But I also want them to have a very skeptical view of things. But religion is culture. I don't want this garbage atheism where it, oh, I don't believe in God. What? So then you just abandon religion, you abandon your entire culture? No. They're going to learn to speak English and Spanish. So, yeah, that's my rant about feminism. It's the worst enemy of females. That it must have been concocted by some douchebag guy who lifts weights all the time, who just wants to fuck a bunch of women with low self-esteem. It had to have been. I can't imagine a woman wanting to, I don't know, maybe I'll make another video about this, but yeah, hell no. Hell no to feminism. God willing, if I have daughters, I want them to be strong. And not to be weak. And not to feel like victims. Or not to have the self-perception that they are victims, just naturally victims, and they have to be victims the rest of their life. And that any problem that they have, that only a man can solve it. Once they come to this world, I want them to kick ass. And I want them to come to me whenever they need to, or want to, and I'll be here for them.